One.
All right, we're going to make a drawing file, and this is what you need to turn in to get a piece of plastic. You want to have this saved as something else. So you go File, don't save over your other part, go to Save As, and I already did this, but my first part was called Current Plastic, and I called this one Current Plastic Bend. So I have two different parts. I saved it. I'm also going to open up the flat part. I want to have them both open. So File, Open, and mine's on my desktop. You got to go find yours, but there's my first part right there. Open that. So I can flip back and forth. I'm going to do the drawing of the flat piece because that's how I'm going to draw it onto my plastic. I go to have this open. I go File, New, Hover, Drawing. What you're going to do is you just need to do the front view of, it says loading right now, so it's going to take a while. You just need to do the front view. You don't need top, side, front, because it's just going to be lines for the top and the side. Just your front view. So you click base and make it big. Scale it 2:1 so it fits on your paper big like this, and click OK. Now, when you take this out to the shop, you're going to need to know all these dimensions so you don't have to open it up again. So you go to annotate, and anything that you need to remember, put a dimension on. Even if you have too many, I'm not grading it based on how many dimensions you have this time. So I'm going to drop a radius there. I got to know where to start and stop my curve. So I'm going to go here to here. That's 3.5. Cool. I want to know a radius on this probably. So I'm going to drop it on there. That's the same on the top. I don't need anything there. I want to know a dimension from here to the end of my curve. 3.5 again, but I'm not going to remember that later. So draw it on there now. Here to here is 1. Here to here is 1. We know our overall is 3, but I'm going to put an overall anyway. That's 3. I shouldn't need to put this because you can do math to figure that out. If you want to, go ahead, put it on there. I don't really care. Like I said, I'm not grading your dimensioning this time. I'll need to know where this curve is. So from here to here, 2 inches. I think that's just about all I need. Oh, I'm going to put an overall too. So from here to here is 12. And I'll double check. This should not be more than 12. Okay, last thing I need is I need to know where my bends are going to be. And that's kind of tricky because you did this a while ago probably. I know I have a 1/2 inch bend here. And then my other one was 3/4. And then I don't remember where my other ones were. But I'm going to write the ones that I know down. I'm going to text it in here. I don't care where you put this. I'm going to make mine big and bold. So, bends from left. Don't need to capitalize that. Left. And I can't spell. Okay, so I have a 1/2 inch bend. And I have that 3/4 where my phone sits plus a 1/2. So my other bend is at 1 1/4. And then I don't know. I got to figure out where my other bend is from there. So I have a 1/2 inch and a 1 1/4 inch bend. I'm going to drop those on there for now, and then I'm going to have to go back here and figure out where my other bends are. So this one was a 1/2, and then where my phone sits was plus the 3/4, so that was 1 1/4. I got to know where this bend is here. There's a helpful little tool under the Tools tab, believe it or not. That is distance. So it'll give you a distance of your lines if you don't know. You just click on it and you say, hey, I want to know what from here to here is. And it says, hey, it's 3.344. So you can assume that's probably 3.5 to the top bend. You're just rough is fine. So you got 3.5 here plus your 1 1/4. So that's 4 3/4. You might have to figure that out on a piece of paper or something like that. I'm going to go back here. And my last bend, 4 3/4. Okay. Now I'm going to do, make that big again. I'm going to do bends, my other bend from the right because it'll be easier to figure that out. Bend, I only have from right, and I only have one. I don't know where that is either, so I got to go back. Click OK. Here's my part. So I want to know what this is, roughly. Okay, well, distance, let's go from there to there, and it says it's 3.476, so let's say 3.5. Whoops, turned it off. Right here. Bend from the right is at 3. Grr. Bold. Okay, 3 and 1/2 inches. Okay, those are my 4 bends. 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 4 3/4, and then from the other side, I have a bend at 3 1/2. Cool. Now when I go to bend this later, I will know exactly where those are, and I have all my dimensions. Last thing I'll do is I'll put my name on this. And you can put your hour too, whatever hour you're in. I like to make mine big and bold. You don't have to. You want to write plastics part on here, you can. Plastics. Bold. Big. Cool. Save this because you might have to get back to it. File. Save as. I'm going to save it as current plastic. It's saving as a different type of file, so that's fine. On my desktop. And then I'm going to print it. This is what you hand to Mr. Kern in order to get your piece of plastic. So I go File, Print, and you must click Best Fit. Do a preview so you know how it's going to look. Awesome. Print, and we are on 176C. And OK, comes out of the printer. You show that to the teacher. You get your plastic. Good to go.